Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to another beautiful night here at the University of Wisconsin River Falls Esports Lounge. I unfortunately have a little bit of a tickle in my throat, so they had to pull out the big guns on the casting bench tonight, as I am joined by the one, the only, Gavin Spreck. How are you doing tonight, Gavin?
I'm doing great, James. Thanks for having me. It's great to be back here on campus. We got some wonderful Rocket League F2 for you tonight with a full freshman team taking on UW-Madison.
That's right, and the game is already starting. As we can see, River Falls has already scored one of the goals, so they have a big upper hand on Madison right now.
Blink and you'll miss it. The F1 team was something to watch last week, and we're excited to see the F2 team just right behind them and fighting for those coveted F positions.
Absolutely.
If you may call it.
Tied up game right now as Madison scores another goal on River Falls, but there's still a lot of game to play. 4 minutes and 35 seconds left on this clock. A nice little goal animation right there. I haven't seen that one yet. The little dice. Very, very
There's
cutesy.
a lot of new stuff. It's a fast-moving game. We only have 5 minutes a game, and we're up 2 goals at not even 30 seconds in.
Yeah, I don't want to embarrass myself by my lack of understanding or knowledge in this game, but I haven't played since, when does this game come out? 2017, 2018, something like that. But as we're talking, again, River Falls bringing it right back into the league, staying in the driver's seat in this game with still 4 minutes and 30 seconds to go. Goodness golly, what a fast-paced game. Not exactly what the maximum amount for goaling is here in
I don't know if there's a mercy rule, but I doubt we're going to get there because they're going back and forth.
That is true.
They're going right at it.
Nice little sky juggle right now from STC Poe. It's going to be another goal from River Falls, 3-1 for blue team.
Yeah, I don't know about you, but I'm blinking a lot, and I'm seeing a lot of goal recaps happening.
We're stuck in replays more than the actual game right now. What do they need us for? They can see the same plays twice, and it's the same length.
Yeah.
Goodness golly!
As long as we have recaps, I can at least tell what's going on. And oh no, right off the touch off.
They tee off once again, and River Falls brings the lead 3 points to 1, or 3 points over 1 right now in the lead, 4-1. With still over 4 minutes to play right now, STC is just bringing it home right now. Ignix, STT, and Rusmar showing no mercy right now. An explosion does happen that benefits UW-Madison. It's going to be a 2v3 right now. Ball bounces back from the orange goal, and it's going to hit the center field. Let's see if River Falls can make this work with just 2 players. The goalie, Ignix, is going to do his best to try and block it, but no, it goes wide open, enough for Madison to score a goal. But fear not, it is still a 4-2. They're going to have to double their points in the next 4 minutes just to catch up with River Falls.
Madison came out for blood on immediately on this round. I think two River Falls folks got demoed in a really short amount of time, so that left the midfield really open. They were able to clear it. Madison was able to just push it through, and River Falls wasn't able to stop it, unfortunately. But we're in the offensive zone here, or defensive zone here, it looks like, and we're trying to clear it. Madison playing really close together at the moment, and they're going to get demoed again on the side of River Falls as we try to push it back out. And Madison, I think, has decided, yeah, this is what we're doing. We're coming at it like old school hockey, and we're just going to beat you up.
Yeah, Resmar, unfortunately, just playing it too slow and calculated right there, does get demoed, but respawns just in time to push it back from center field towards the orange goal. We're going to have to see if Madison can defend in time. Resmar goes for the shot, and it is good. That is a 5-2 lead for River Falls with over 3 minutes still left of game time.
What's that? Yes, we do get a replay? Thank God. Look at this. Just really... just really close by, just hairpin squeezes it in right past the defenses of Madison.
Yeah, very, very well done from Wisconsin, right, or River Falls, rather. These are both Wisconsinite teams. And if you were to follow the common stigma of the larger school wins every time, you would be a fool right now, as Madison, a much, much larger school, is getting dominated by River Falls' F2 team. Another goal comes from Rusmar, right under the back. Bob Minion trying to play goalie as much as he can, but instead idly sits by and watches it happen, not even attempting to protect the goal line. He did a really cool flip, Yep. Sometimes the duo flip works, but unfortunately in this instance, it's just going to add another point to the tally for River Falls.
And I could be mistaken, but I believe everybody on River Falls here has 2 goals each. We're on the verge of a hat trick on every single party here.
So yeah, Rusmar actually has 4 shots total.
Oh, there it is.
You know, tallying up for MVP right before he
double.
gets demolitioned. Ignix scores the goal. Rusmar just playing dummy and distraction for that play, while the rest of his teammates set up a perfect goal to bring it to a 7-2 scoreline.
They actually demolitioned each other. That was awesome. They came together in the air and exploded in a burst of whatever you want to call it. It could be a work of art. It could be just some mechanical parts. Who knows?
Yeah, Ignix leading up to his name, living up to it rather,
Ooh.
igniting the other vehicles that are on the track and igniting River Falls' chances towards victory and solidifying it, actually. The ball starts going towards blue side now, blue goal, but it is immediately deflected back by Poe. Rusmar, again, playing very, very well on that center field. Cold calculated. This is what we know him for so far in this game. Does get demolitioned. Actually, no, it's a Madison player that gets demolitioned from Ignix. Now Ignix playing on the defense right now. Bob Minion doing the best he can. Chad actually playing for the opposite team. What are you doing? He's blocking it away from getting a goal onto the blue team. Ignix now playing defensive. Push it back towards center field. Rusmar, not wanting to make the exact same mistake that Madison just did, lets his teammates do the heavy lifting. It is back and forth right now onto the center field. This is the most intense part of the game and the longest lasting part of the match that we've had so far. No goal has been scored in over a minute.
There's a lot of heavy pressure by Madison, keeping it in River Falls' defensive zone for so long. And then eventually, River Falls is able to push it over to the other side. And they just need to take their time, lead up some shots. It gets out in the infield and gets just perfectly.
Ignix, the season 15 grand champion, boasting that title, and that title holds true as he hits that ball at 61 miles per hour, netting River Falls an 8-2 lead over Madison.
We love metadata here. Yeah, love it. It's the amount of numbers and the amount of things that they correlate to.
Yeah, what can I say? I was born to be an analyst. That's, that's why you bring me in. It's the big guns.
We get a lot of flavor text for analysts. It's thrown around a lot these days.
Absolutely. A lot of juggling going back and forth right now. The ball is scattering around Blue's goal. However, we have seen how defensive these River Falls players can play. Very, very cold, very, very calculated, very slow playing, and very defensive. Only 2 points have been scored over them, and one of them was right after a kickoff. A little bit of a lazy start right now from River Falls, but they have come back in full force, 8-2, and not letting go of that lead.
Ooh, Bob Minion doing a little bit of juggling in the defensive zone before knocking it back out in River Falls' defensive zone. And we're out in the midfield. We're kind of even out here for where our positions are, where our positions lie, where our boosts lie. And River Falls, once again, just trying to tee it up, trying to take their time and say, you know what, where we're going to put this, we're going to have a nice chance here. We're all together. Let's figure out how we can turn this the other way, which we've seen a lot of this. Madison playing a lot very offensively, very close together. River Falls is able to just maintain their composure, keep at it, and then eventually it gets cleared, and then eventually it goes in the back of Madison's net.
30 seconds remaining. This previous minute has just been dancing around River Falls' goal. They finally get it over that center field towards the goal of Madison. Can they cement anything? Poe trying to go for a shot right now, but is immediately deflected by Bob Minion. Rusmar now sky juggling the ball. Can he smack it in for a slam dunk? Ignix there for the assist, but no. It is blocked away from Peyton. 6 seconds left on the clock, and unless Madison can make a miracle happen, this first game is going to go in the books for River Falls.
I love it. That's it. As soon as the ball touches the ground, I love to see it that we play a game of, lava. The floor is lava with the ball after the timer hits 0.
Yeah, we're going to have a bit of a server reset as one of the players is having some issues right now. But we'll be right back very, very soon to continue our Rocket League game. This is a best of 5. First game goes to River Falls. 1-0 lead for the home team in this series.
We got some.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to game number 2. University of River Falls versus the University of Wisconsin-Madison. We are now at a point in time where it is a 0-0. Finally, Madison can start on the right foot. Let's see what they have for us. Otherwise, River Falls is going to run away with the game exactly like they did game number 1.
River Falls came out swinging. Madison sees what they're capable of, sees what they're doing. Maybe we're going to try and, recomposure, do a little breathing exercise and come at it, and we'll see what they got for game 2. But we've got quick games, we've got quick breaks, and we hopefully have a quick series if you're a River Falls fan. But if you're just a fan of Rocket League, I'm ready to see as many games as they want to throw at us.
Absolutely. Hopefully we can tie this out in a very, very quick victory. But if we get more gameplay, then I am more than happy to see that. Ignis with a great demolition. Now it's going to be a 3v2. Orange team, Madison on the back foot. And a great soft lock. Pop it and put it in your pocket. First point goes to River Falls.
I just went right past him, and it hits the goalpost and almost bounces out. Goalie almost had it. Just went right in front of him. Couldn't bounce it out in time.
Absolutely. We're going to see a tee off right now. This is where Madison shines. This is the only way that they were able to score points previously in our last game, but unfortunately they're automatically going to be on the back foot as Ignis going to set up for his team for a nice little score. Unfortunately, Poe just doesn't get it low enough. I thought that was going to be a slam dunk right there. I was holding my breath. Rusmar instead bringing it back from center field to a competitive position. Ignis going for the score. Poe there for a follow-up and an assist, but no, it's simply too high. Madison is playing a very, very defensive game, and this has got to be very frustrating for River Falls.
It looks like a lot of really good team play on the side of River Falls. It looks like the freshmen are all pretty – they're pretty versed with each other and, where they are in the fields and kind of their strengths, maybe weaknesses, if they have any. I haven't seen any so far, honestly.
Yeah, we're seeing a lot of very well-done mechanical skill prowess just being shown off right now. Rusmar with a very cheeky sky juggle that we saw earlier. Now tries to go for a very, very long mid-range shot onto the net, but instead it's Peyton to return the favor. Unfortunately, there are two members of River Falls guarding that net with their lives, and they are not going to let this point go easily into the night. Bob Minion doing what he can, but misses it by a mile. The ball is now comfortably in the court of River Falls, but they have 3 members on it right now, and they're not backing down. Bob Minion and Peyton, the last 2 remaining players on their respective side of the field, are going to try and make some magic happen. They do bounce it back, and this is going to be a ping-pong match back and forth, but Rusmar is unfortunately not able to get there playing goalie, and that is going to be a score for Madison, 1-1, tying up the game.
I got Darth Vader in Rocket League now?
Since when was this a crossover? Of course, they add all the cool stuff once I graduate from the game, right? That's exactly how these kind of stories go. Teeing up, though, like I said, 1-1 score. And this is something that you pointed out already is that River Falls is very, very good at showing off their mechanical skill, their sky juggling, their team play, things like this. This is where I think Madison needs to show off a little bit more of their skill is their demolition and their aggressiveness. This is where we saw them score their only two goals from a 9-2 loss in game number 1, and I think that's where they need to start striding right now. Put one of the players onto demolition duty and only go for the members of River Falls, trying to ignite something, maybe even Ignis.
River Falls is not giving a lot of room for Madison to really make plays, make moves, make passes, all that good stuff, make shots, and they just have to – Madison just has to create their own room.
Yep, by removing a player or by any other means necessary. Poe going for a shot, but it is deflected away from Bob Minion.
Madison can't clear it.
This ball
is just there.
This ball has spent more time in the air than a volleyball game. This thing is not touching the ground. They are just soft juggling it. It is like the Flea Circus and Hollow Knight Silk Song. They are not dropping this ball. Rusmar now teeing up, but there are 3 members of Madison there to block the goal.
That was a heater.
Rusmar trying to set it up for his team, but Peyton instead shoots it the other direction. Can Rusmar sky juggle it? Yes, he can, but it's a little bit too far to the left. It leans. And unfortunately, that's not going to be another point for River Falls. Centered it out into center field.
Well, you could have fooled me. This is a great game to watch. I mean, game 2 here, Madison, River Falls, looks like they're pretty well on the same field. Maybe Madison was off to a rocky start. I saw River Falls practicing, for a good long while before we got into this game here. And, oof, I didn't even see what happened.
A little bit of a soft juggle in the goal line. It was very, very awkward, as we're going to see right now. Poe and Bob Minion just fisticuffing, pure pugilistic wheels going at each other's windshields. But while they were duking it out, Peyton just ran away with the game right there. Right. 2-1 lead. First time that Madison has been in the driver's seat this entire series. Let's see if they can close it out or if River Falls is just going to get mad.
Yeah, I mean, even after kickoff, if the ball goes on the side of River Falls, it's such a good thing for them because they they've shown such masterful ball control, really.
Yeah, it seems like they're just kind of toying with the meat right now, but they might have gone to their head. This power. With great power comes great responsibility right now, River Falls, and you got to show us this responsibility to put this game onto your back. Yes, it's a 1-0 series lead, but there's only 15 seconds left in the game. You got to score at least one goal to go to overtime and ensure that this game can be pocketed for a Falcons victory.
A lot can happen in 8 seconds here. River Falls got to make a move, or maybe could keep the ball off the ground, but nah, Madison's just going to put it into it. We'll go next, guys.
Yeah, Megachaw cements the victory for Madison. Unless a miracle can happen in the next 4 seconds from these tee-offs, it looks like it's going to be a 1-1 series scoreline. However, honestly, River Falls, I wouldn't be too sad about this. It looked like they were out there. They were having fun this game. I think there was a lot of energy that was excited in game number 1, and it seems like they just kind of turned off the momentum for a little bit. But I think this is going to be totally fine for River Falls. I think they're going to come back just fine.
Yeah, I mean, all you got to do is win by 1 goal. So either you have 3 or 8, or it's a 7 versus 8 or a 1 versus 3. It's all going to have the same outcome as if one team scored 0 goals. So we'll be right back with the next game, and then we're looking for a series again. It's first to 3.
Yeah, we should be jumping in the next 40 seconds here, so I think we're just going to be hanging out on this screen for a little bit, but that's okay because you get to listen to our wonderful voices for the time being in this small, I guess, what would you call it, intermission between games, 1-1 scoreline. Again, best of 5. You got to win 3 games to win the series.
Madison with a really decorated roster of players. We got a Season 5 grand champion, a Season 16 tournament winner, and a tuna with no crust. God bless Bob Minion.
Who could have saw that coming, honestly? An MVP of that game nonetheless,
right.
with 0 goals, yet 2 assists and 3 saves. Bob Minion showing that the support role can make a difference, even when it's in Rocket League.
I'll be.
Goalie mains, am I right? That's right. I played Omega Strikers. I played Dubu goalie.
I like soccer, the idea of soccer, top-down pong.
The goalie is an underappreciated role.
I'll pat your back when you do a good job. You have to deserve my pats.
In the meantime, we're going to jump right into game number 3, 1-1 series tie. 0-0, fresh start for both of these teams. Ooh, a very, very close goal. River Falls almost bringing it up into the lead, but it is snatched away from all 3 members of Madison. And this ball is being juggled back and forth. This is exactly what we're used to seeing with these 2 very, very aggressive trios.
You want to slap it on the table? I'm going to say 1 goal is going to be scored this game over the next 4.5 minutes.
It seems like both teams have locked in. This may be a low-scoring game, but we've been proven wrong before. The 8-2 game number 1 has shown us just that. However, so far, more time has elapsed without a goal than the longest time it took in game number 1 to score a goal.
Really high scores. I think we had 10 or 11 goals in game 1. We had 4 goals in game 2. And we've just about hit the cusp of 60 seconds with nothing.
Exactly. 55 seconds lost from the clock, and not a single goal has been scored. Russmar trying to defend it from Bob Minion. But Bob Minion sails it right into the top bar of the net and misses. Poe now trying to go wide, but
oh no, River Falls trying to clear it.
Unfortunately, too many people playing the goalie, not enough people playing the setup. River Falls bringing it down. Madison bringing it up. Peyton actually lands that score with the assist from Megachaw.
Well, the fireworks are beautiful. Even if you miss the ball, you'll explode and show everybody how beautiful you are and win the next face-off. Let's go, River Falls.
Immediately on the back foot, River Falls now playing 3-man goalie, exactly what we saw last game, but Russmar is able to bring it back. Not before Bob Minion pushes it right back into their faces. Now centering it up into center field. Bob trying to send it to a pass to Peyton, but Peyton misses it, has to sky juggle it instead.
We're trying to get a good clear Madison here, and STC Poe is on the way in, but Madison said no.
Gets demoed, and that's exactly what I was talking about. That's Madison's win con for a lot of these goals.
There's a lot of space here because of that.
Ooh, man advantage doesn't matter when you have Russmar on the team. Great save from him from the top turnbuckle. Ignix now sending it down straight away from the center field. Everybody is back in the game from River Falls. It's going to be a straight 3-for-3. It looks like they're going to be setting it up for a goal. Again, too high. Everybody just trying to balance these balls into the air as much as possible. I haven't seen one that went too low. Bob Minion now playing goalie with a great save right there, as slow as it was.
I was going to say we were seeing a lot of Russmar in these games, and then I was going to say, well, going to take a double take. I think we've seen a lot of Ignix in this series. And then I did a triple take and said, you know what? We've seen a lot of Poe, too. So it's like nobody on River Falls is standing out against everybody else. They're really playing on an even level, and that really helps with team play, and everybody is really looking like they're at the top of the game here.
Absolutely. Don't let the scoreboard fool you. And just as I say that,
see, we got assists here.
River Falls plays as a cohesive unit, and right when they pull them out, they pull them right back in. A 1-1 for River Falls.
It's right between whoever that was jumping right at the ball, and then two members of Madison just come soaring to the middle of the goal space and just weren't able to intercept that.
Yeah, Cha and Bob Minion, unfortunately, not playing double goalie well enough. That must have been one of those baseball moments where, like, I got it, and then they say, I got it, and then nobody goes for it because they think the other guy has it.
They're both, like, half speed running towards the ball, and just it's not quite enough, and then it hits the ground, and you're like, well, this was one of our problems. And really, it was both.
We'll draw it up with Coach next game.
Yeah.
Threading it down the middle, however, from the top turnbuckle, Cha scoring a goal, bringing the score advantage back into the favor of Madison. 2-1 victory. River Falls still can bring this back, but it looked like there was a little bit of a lost communication right now. Nobody playing the goal, everybody playing center field.
2 minutes is a long time. River Falls might score 7 goals in this time.
That's absolutely true. We've seen how volatile this game. Oh my goodness, how much this team could be. Ignix with a demolition right off the bat.
The interception there was crazy on Madison, sending that into the defensive zone of River Falls. They're trying to set something up, but I think Madison, it's their turn to say no.
Absolutely. Peyton getting demolition, but that's okay because he spawns right back into the field. Bob Minion playing great. Ooh, smoothing out like a skateboarder in a half pipe, or a full pipe rather, coming out from the goal and deflecting it. But Poe is right on their heels, pushing it right back into the goal. Ignix now avoiding any more catastrophes that come River Falls' way. Bob Minion
barely touching it to make sure that Madison doesn't have absolutely full control over this ball.
It looked like it was about to go in from Bob Minion, but instead Peyton pushes it away from the goal. I don't really know exactly what the plan was there. Bob Minion pushing it right back into the waiting arms of River Falls. Ignix and Rusmar now playing a 2v1 on this side of the field, pushing it back. 47 seconds on the clock. Keep your eye on that time, ladies and gentlemen. River Falls needs to score one more point to tie the series and take us over to overtime.
A lot of pressure coming in from Madison right now. River Falls really just needs to put a pin in there and disrupt it.
Absolutely. We need to see some more aggressive plays. Right now, it seems like they're playing a little bit too conservative on this center line. Sending one individual is totally fine, but sending two right now may be a little bit too much, as Rusmar is just getting overwhelmed every time he tries to make a goal. And now it's up to Madison to make a goal. Ignix says no, swats team it right away, but this is okay for Madison because they just want to play the stall game. Stalling out for another 10 seconds is exactly what they want to be doing. Rusmar trying to center it out for his team. Poe maybe going for a little bit of a cheeky goal right now. Yes, he does, but it's a little bit too far to the right. 1 second left, and Madison takes the game. 2-1 victory, but the series isn't over yet, ladies and gentlemen. A comeback is still possible for these young players.
It was just a little bit of frantic passing. You would go from one side of the field all the way to the other side of the field, and right, left, right, left, right, left, but never in the center. There was just never anybody there, and if there was, it was Madison batting it out, saying, nope, we're done with this. You can have it back.
Bob Minion, yet again, scoring MVP just with his 3 saves. And that's how you can see the impact of a good goalie, is River Falls would just anchor all of these shots. Nobody was able to take care of it except for Bob Minion, who just sat in the net. And maybe that's something River Falls maybe wants to approach. A strategy like that, yeah, it's a little bit boring, but having one person in the net at all times may prove beneficial.
And a little bit of turnaround here in momentum, as Madison has taken 2 straight as a response to River Falls' very strong game out of the gate.
Absolutely, but that's exactly what we expect from these young players. They can come back at any time. It's the volatility, and that's going to be the entertainment of Rocket League, is it can swing either way at any time. You can score a goal within the first 2 seconds of a tee-off, and one goal may determine one game, and one game may determine a series.
These shots are looking really good. River Falls keeping it in Madison's defensive zone, not giving much of a chance for them to set up for their own goals here. Every time they get it to the midfield. River Falls just says, we're sending it back until, I guess, this point, of course. But Ignex has been demolitioned, and this is Madison turning it around and saying, this has been 50 seconds of River Falls action. We're going to turn this around, and Madison's going to make something out of it.
It seemed like it was a bit of impatience from River Falls. Maybe they just didn't want to stick it around and play this juggling game, so all three players instead crossed the center line and went into the orange goal. But unfortunately, once the ball lands the other way, you got to expend all three of your turbo thrusters from each player to catch that ball before it goes into your own goal.
It's almost like they have two attackers and one midfielder, but that works out in a lot of cases. Look at that. And they were all right there. I think everybody from River Falls was on that goal.
Exactly. Just when I start talking like that, you can just tell me to shut up. I don't play Rocket League. You guys clearly are, Grandmaster worthy, because all three members just had a little bit of a commune right there on the side of Madison and pushed it into the net without any defense from Madison. Goodness, golly gracious. One heck of a goal.
I was trying to see it or say it. It looked like River Falls has kind of two midfielders and then one attacker. So they always have one person in Madison's defensive zone and their offensive zone. And just kind of two people that are kind of just going back and forth between offensive and defensive. And it works out in cases where you can obviously work it out and it's going to be, you're eating good. In other cases, you're going to be kind of struggling because everybody might be trying to think of how can we get this as a setup for us, how can we get this in our offensive zone and, try to score a goal here when maybe the focus should be shifted towards how do we defend this. We just need to, keep the ball from going in the back of our own net.
Yeah, absolutely. There's a lot of strategy that is going to be in the back minds of these players. But meanwhile, as we're sitting here discussing strategy, Ignex takes matters into his own hands. Perfect tee-up right there from Rusmar. Oh, my goodness. Smacking it down at the perfect amount of momentum so that Bob Minion gets juked, breaks those tires by trying to go either which way. Demolitions himself almost, pretty much. I think that driver may have had a concussion because Rusmar's big brain plays just solidified a 2-0 lead for River Falls.
My front axles are at a 45-degree angle inward.
You got to go in for a tire rotation after that, buddy. Unfortunately, Rusmar is just putting it down. Putting it down. Oh, my goodness. Golly gracious. River Falls taking back the lead in the driver's seat after these past two games have been a little bit rough for them. Ooh, good defense from Rusmar.
We like to see it. We got three people from River Falls just on the goal nearby at a moment's notice. They're ready to just flick that switch and hit that ball out.
Rusmar gets demolition, but just in time for him to respawn where the ball is, so he's able to deflect it right back to Poe into the waiting arms of Bob Minion, but it's a little too high. Peyton now trying to bounce it back, but Poe and Ignex are there for the save, and this ball is going back and forth yet again. What an aggressive past minute that we've seen right now with such a low-scoring game.
They're just like really small redirects here, and they're just waiting for their big shot. Like on both sides here, it almost looks like.
Looks like Bob Minion's actually going to tee it up for River Falls. He's going to send it back, but Poe and Rusmar are going to be there for the assist. Bouncing it. It is set up for Poe perfectly, but no, it is deflected by, I believe that was Peyton. Yes, it was. Now Cha trying to set it up for his own team. But it goes a little wide, and there's a demolition on the field. Rusmar takes out Peyton. Now it's up to Bob Minion, the only one on this side of the field. Rusmar bouncing it back into the center field.
Rusmar held that one out. He was sitting like a fly on the wall, just waiting for that food to be open, and boy, was it just barely short of the goal there.
Not enough boost for Poe, but it doesn't matter because there is enough support on the other side of the field. Ignex playing great goalie right now, defending it for his team. Megachaw now going for a little bit of a soft bounce, but no, it's a little too high. Peyton instead lands it with an assist from both of his teammates, 2-1. Madison clawing back this game, but is it going to be enough from the Falcons?
We're just hitting Fury Cutter until it hits. It's got a low percentage, but gosh, we're going to get it in there at some point.
We're waiting for the Fury swipes to hit a 5 count. Okay?
Yeah, exactly.
That's what we want to hit. Slow but steady. Madison is a rock type, but, gosh dang it, my Meowth is going to put in words.
Yeah.
Centering it out yet again. Rusmar now playing defensive instead of Ignex. A little bit of a role change right now. Rusmar setting it up for his team. Let's see if Poe and Ignex are going to make some plays. No, it's going to be bounced back from Peyton. Peyton being a very, very defining player in all of these games right now for Madison. Meanwhile, we were talking about River Falls. All three of their players have been very, very cohesive. Great team play, switching off the roles. There's not necessarily one specific power forward. There's not one specific goalie, where as Madison, the roles are very, very defined. So whenever they step out of those roles, they seem a little uncomfortable.
Almost, yeah. And these aerials are just short by Bob Minion, like just short. But we've got 2 seconds left. That ball's going to hit that. Oh, maybe it's not going to hit the ground. Rusmar said, I'm not done with it. Just kidding.
Instead, Ultimate Frisbee SWAT team. We're touching the ground because we stalled out the game.
Full
2-2 tied series. And the next game takes it all.
Oh.
Go big or go home.
We went all the way to the end, didn't we?
River Falls 2-1 victory in game number 4. Let's see how game number 5 treats the Falcons.
Ready to go. Like, look at these scores. They're all really close together here.
And as we saw from the end of the game, we were talking about defined roles. Now, River Falls, we can tell that they have switched up strategies depending on how they want to play. They knew that they were in the lead 2-1 for the last 10 seconds. They didn't want to take any chances, and that's why we saw Poe on the front lines trying to kick it into the goal. Meanwhile, Ignix and Rusmar were both sitting in the backfield. You could see it from the last play right there, where it was a SWAT team, I believe, from Rusmar, but he was coming in from the backfield, from the blue goalie. So that just shows the intelligence of these players from River Falls.
I'd be really interested to see what the game would count as like an interception, because we see like almost a lot, like it just
ping pong.
Yeah, and it's like we're passing it to our opponents just over and over, and they're passing it back to us. We're going to keep this volley up. We might be playing volleyball here.
Well, if there's anything I know about Rocket League F2,
was that intentional?
It might as well be.
Oh my God!
Is that an? Oh, that was an aerial demolition from Peyton.
From both ways.
Trading out his own teammate as demolitions are traded from each player. Cha almost setting up for a nice little bunny hop goal, but no, it's going to be deflected away from Rusmar. Great save. Now the ball is going to be hovering around the orange goal. Can Poe land it up? No, he goes wide right now onto the right side, and all of these players are crumbling around. Somebody play the clown music, because not one player has touched the ball in the past 5 seconds, even though that all 6 players have gone for it.
I love that. Bob Minion was trying to get that ball, and I think it was a child was like, no, I've got this. Get out of here. Get down.
Peyton, the one-man army, getting those twin dragons coming out of the goal as he scores his own solo bolo right now.
Dang.
Actually, it was from Poe. He set it up. It looked like Peyton was the one that was going for it, but instead it was going to be a little bit of a side tap from the front bumper of that Jeep Grand Cherokee.
Oh my gosh, they were both trying to juke. There were 3 people going at that ball, and they all were juking each other out. And eventually River Falls hit that ball, almost slipped it right in.
This may be an issue because all 3 members of Madison are now hovering around the gate. It's just Rusmar until the rest of his team can get here. And yes, they can in time. Poe with the assist, centering out into the field. Rusmar now bouncing it off the left side of the wall. Bob Minion pushing it right back to Rusmar. And now it's a game of badminton, like we were saying. Bob Minion saying, like, okay, fine, if you're going to hit it back to the left, I'm going to hit it to the right. But he loses his life for it. Shaw gets taken out by Rusmar. This is going to be a 3v2. Can Madison hang on while the respawn comes into effect? Yes, it can.
River Falls trying to play it off the ceiling.
Come in from Madison, but doesn't matter when you have boost, no problem, as River Falls slams it into the goal. Ignix, great team play right there after getting set up from Rusmar.
That was beautiful. Beautiful.
Yeah.
Rusmar is kind of just in the air during a lot of these.
He's in the zone.
We're seeing him get a lot of these aerial shots, whether it's a lead up, whether it's an actual shot, whether it's just a pass for a lead up. He's just in the air. He's been our aerial master.
I wish I could see his total assists from the series, because I feel like it's a very undervalued player. We see a lot of Ignix goals and maybe a few Poe goals, and we've seen 1 or 2 Rusmar, but a lot of it is definitely from the setup of Rusmar for the rest of his 2 teammates. We're going to have to see how the rest of this plays out as the ball is again dancing towards the orange goal. This is where it lies in a lot of the games, despite what you see in the tied series. This ball has been dancing around the orange goal heck of a lot more than it's been around the blue goal.
There he is with that aerial lead up. Oh, he just barely kicked it back. Poe's got to relap and go back. Send it around the corner. That's a very nice clear right there.
That was very well done. My stupid butt would have pushed it right into the goal.
Yeah, right. There, I see one option.
And as I say that, Shaw takes my advice exactly and pushes it into the goal, but instead it's going to be the enemies as he just dances around. Rusmar going for the save, but it is just too little too late. A hair away from that save as Madison takes the lead against River Falls. Only a 1-point differential. A lot of Rocket League left to play right now.
We got half the game left. It's 1-2. We got a lot of shots. We got a lot of saves. we got a lot of points going on. We got a lot of pointage going around. And Ignix is looking to make some room of his own. And Rusmar is just there to say, yep, good job, buddy. Tag me in. I'm putting it in there.
Notice how Poe is trying to go for something right now. And then Rusmar was like, nah, man, I just got it.
Yeah, I got
just
it.
Get a little bit of a side tilt. That's why we get the suspension
tilt.
on the Jeep.
That was
Okay, that's
beautiful.
why, the hydraulics right there tipped his car over just a little bit, able to funnel that right into the enemy goal. And that's going to be a 2-2. Tied up series, tied up game, tied up score, tied up teams.
Really good
3-3.
defensive save by Cha there.
Yeah, 2 minutes and 20 seconds left on the clock. A great setup right there from Rusmar, as we've already been complimenting him for. And Poe sends it right back to Ignix. These River Falls players know exactly what they're doing. They're in the heads of Madison. Rusmar, yet again,
right in the middle of the
deflecting
field.
it right from the air. We've seen him do this so much. Peyton and Cha are going to be there for the save, but not before the River Falls start toying with their food.
It's right over
Rusmar,
two of them.
what kind of juke was that? Did you see Rusmar pushed it up right above him, waited for the other player to go underneath him, and then shot it into the goal. Over the heads of not one, but two members of Madison. River Falls now in the lead off the back of Rusmar's incredible godsend plays.
River Falls has looked really comfortable this game. There's not been a lot of like frantic passing back and forth. Their passing and their shots have been on point. Their clears have been on point. These hits on the ball it's been perfect. It's been exactly where they want them to go. And Madison is just gonna fumble, I guess.
Oh my goodness, what kind of communication with this Cha trying to go for the demolition, but instead goes completely wide. Ignix then setting up for the rest of the team. Two members yet again from Madison going for the goal, but it only takes one River Falls player to juke both of them out. What kind of currency is this? What kind of exchange rate? For every two Madison players, we get one River Falls player? Because that's what it's starting to seem.
I'll take two, please. Madison trying to maybe create some space here, looking to do a setup, but Ignix says, nah, I'm just going to juggle this out to the midfield. We're maybe going to push it through and push it actually to the corner here, and Rusmar and Peyton are going to demo each other. Bob Minion's going to say, I'm out of the goal. I'm sending it down. We're going to take this as ours.
Head-on collision. Both players lose their lives in the process of 2v2 temporarily, but that doesn't really matter because it's just going to be a stalemate. Rusmar now juggling up from the top turnbuckle. As we already stated, this is exactly what his bread and butter is. Poe going for a little bit of a goal, but instead it hits the left of the goalpost. Now the ball is being sent straight down center field. Ignix playing nice goalie, saving it away. Rusmar pushing it back to the left, juking out the players of Madison, and it looks like River Falls is just stalling time.
I think Bob Minion needs to enter breakdancing competitions. He's been just spinning, and he's been getting really good directions. Oh my God!
Ignix, again, setting it up. You know what I said about playing defensively? Forget what I said. All three members of River Falls immediately started pushing into the enemy goalpost. They sense blood in the water, and these Sharks are about to strike.
He was in no position. The direction his car was facing there was in no position to hit the ball in the goal there. And he just positions himself in like crescent moon style, like cradles the ball and just bops it in.
These players are too good. Bob Minion with a great save right there, but it's not going to be enough to stop the freight train that is River Falls.
What is going on up there,
He's just sky juggling it, passing it to Ignix. Ignix goes for a little bit of his own goal from the assist of Rusmar. Poe now juggling it up himself, and it seems like they're just toying with their prey, cat and mousing it, but it seems like the cat has it right where the mouse wants to be. Ignix and Poe then deflecting it away, going wide, playing the stall game with 7 seconds left on the clock. This one might just be done and dusted, folks. River Falls, the Falcons fly high and take the series 3-2 over the University of Madison.
Really good showing by these freshmen, the completely freshman team. F2 River Falls Rocket League. They're putting up some good numbers here. They're putting up a great show.
Yeah. Honest to God, full disclosure, we originally came here for League of Legends, not realizing that it was a buy round.
We stayed for the Rocket League.
By golly, I do not regret at all sticking around for this showing. Very, very, very well. Just impressive.
Honestly,
impressive gameplay from River Falls. Big congrats to the boys out there. Well done. You deserve the victory, and you deserve the rest of the night off. Go for it.
Right.
Anyway,
we have more Rocket League in a minute.
Happy casting the F2 Rocket League team, but there is going to be more. F1 Rocket League is going to happen tonight, right after this short break that we're about to have happen. So stay tuned if you want a little bit more Rocket League gameplay, because there's more to come.
We'll see you soon.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to F1 River Falls. Do not trust what you see on your screens right now. It is not UWRF F2. It is UWRF F1. This time we're going to be going up against the Milwaukee School of Engineering, MSOE. Now, Gavin, what can you tell us about the games? Because time has already passed. These games have been going off while our F2 team was playing.
We're already in Game 3. There's a lot of, we've seen historically River Falls, both F1 and F2, just goal scoring like mad. So I'm ready to see even more of it from F1, especially Olvi, just ready and raring to go. He's in his senior semester here. He's ready to show him what it takes to be on F1 and really just try and put his foot down and end out this season. Well, not end out this season, but start this season really strong. Not
only is Olvi in his last semester, he is on his last straw as he demolitions Mulvey Monster and pushing River Falls towards the enemy goal. Right now, Zeke setting it up. And again, this is exactly the copy and paste kind of gameplay that we saw last time, where it is just River Falls dancing around the players of the enemy team. It takes 3 goalies to bounce back from the freshman that is Dalo. But as I said before, this 2-1 or 2-0 lead is not there for no reason. River Falls clearly in the driver's seat right now.
I think this might be. Isn't this exactly what we saw in Game 3 of F2?
Yeah.
Where we have 2 higher scoring games, and then Game 3 everything just like takes a breather, all quiet on the Rocket League field for 2 minutes. We don't see anything. And then the second something happens, it's going to be guns firing left and right, and we're going to see like 5 goals by the end of the game.
If F1 is anything like F2, all they need is 1 goal to avoid any sort of mental booms and start playing with confidence. That's exactly what we saw last game. They're going to have some blood in the water, and these Sharks are going to be, gunning it for these. I almost said Madison. Goodness gracious, I'm losing my train of thought because we're already into the F1 game. These MSOE players, these Milwaukee players, again, fellow Wisconsinites, but ooh. I get proved wrong sometimes. MSOE then scoring a goal right onto the heads of the Falcons.
And this is it.
They bring a Game 1 for themselves? Or is it just going to be a 3-0 from River Falls with a comeback? We're just going to have to stay and see. A lot of Rocket League left to play right now. 2 minutes and 45 seconds left onto the clock. 0-1 lead for MSOE.
This is it. The first shot was fired, and now everybody's fingers that have been itching.
It's been a long night.
Yeah. They're going to itch these fingers. We're going to, goals are going to be fired left and right. We got a crazy shot here by Madison. River Falls is going to do a nice job of intercepting it. We're going to try and send it out. Zeke's ready. Zeke's in the corner.
Absolutely. Dalo playing beautiful goalie right there, saving it away from a Mulvey Monster score. We don't want to see a 2-0 lead from a school like this. We don't want to see any sort of mental booms from River Falls. We just got to keep cool and collected. Know your roles, play the field well, centering out back into center field, but instead it's just going to go towards the River Falls goal. Yet again, Mulvey Monster playing around in the wrong net right now. Has to use all of his boosts just to get to the other side of the field. Now Zeke, Dalo, and Olvi all playing on the exact same side. 3-man goalie before they can push it back. This ball is badmintoning around. Oh my goodness, I don't even know how to say that. Dude, demolitioning an enemy player. However, the rest of the opportunities that he opened up for the rest of his team is immediately saved from a member of River Falls. Dalo with a demolition back onto the other side of MSOE, and Zeke scores after that demolition comes in. 3-2 man advantage for River Falls, and they use that.
I couldn't have said it any better myself. All of it, just as a collective. I'm gonna put it in my hand.
Stepping over my
say,
words.
Yep. Yeah. Madison is.
It's like a popcorn ball.
Madison has looked like they're almost playing too fast. It looks like they're frantic. They're ready to win this game. They need to get themselves up on the scoreboard. And River Falls is kind of set back by the amount of speed that Madison is throwing at them. But after 4 minutes of seeing this fast gameplay, you know exactly what you got to do. You just got to move the ball to somewhere else, and they're not going to find it. They're not going to be there. And you have a wide-open goal like this.
I'm seeing a lot of similarities right now from the F1 River Falls team to the University of Madison, where one individual player sets up for demolitions, and that's what leads to the scoring for River Falls. So that's exactly what we're seeing right now from Dalo. Don't let his age fool you. He is a freshman, but he is coming out with teeth sharpened, and he wants the glory. He wants the guts, and that's why he's leading right now. I believe, in demolitions. If we had a counter like that, I bet money he would be top of the scoreboard right now. And that's setting it up perfectly for the rest of his teammates. A man advantage like that, you can't scoff at. And as I'm saying that, Olvi instead proves me wrong and says, you know what, I can do that too. You said age doesn't matter. How about a man in his last semester to go from a demolition to a pass and then letting Zeke score a goal nice and easy?
That was just the most perfect execution of a play. Olvi demos, Zeke sets up, and Dallo just puts it in. Dallo set it up in the initial, got the rebound, and they just played right off of it. They said, there's not enough space in this small area that we've pushed the ball into. We're going to make some more space. We're going to demo a man, and we're going to take this goal.
This game is just moving simply too fast.
These are the shots fired. It's been 3 goals in the last, minute and a half?
Exactly. I can't even – oh, my goodness, a double. Right now, it's going to be a trade of demolitions from Zeke to Malvi Monster, but they're going to spawn up at each other's goals, but not in time. Malvi Monster spawns with full boost, but isn't able to save the goal in time. It's going to be a 4-1 lead for River Falls. I don't think MSOU can do anything in the next 30 seconds to tie this game up. It may just be a Falcons victory. Absolute.
This has been perfect execution. We've only seen one game, but I can imagine every other game's been just like it.
I can't believe this. I can't believe this. Mother always said not to speak in absolutes, but when you're casting a River Falls game like this, you might just have to look at the world in black and whites. Dallo cementing the lead even further. 5-1. The rookie showing up big, showing his team that he can make the plays as well. He's not just a goalie boy. He's a score man, and that's exactly what he's going to do, bring it to a 5-1 lead. I can't believe what I'm seeing right now. River Falls looked so shaky after the first goal, but now we see that was just a complete fallacy.
If I'm Dallo, I'm looking for a hat trick in the last minute of the game on the game 3, right? There's no other option. He's ready. He's set me up, boys.
He's just playing around right now. Olvi's like, yeah, I'll watch the goal. You guys just go have fun. We'll stall him out for the next 3 seconds. Looks like this game's done and dusted. The series has been taken by the Falcons once this ball touches the ground. Every effort from Malvi Monster to keep it up and going. Malvi Monster trying to hit into the goal, but Dallo says no. Dude, now setting it up, but Zeke there with a save.
There's more time on that clock.
There's time going. No, but it's SWAT teamed. What are we watching? Ultimate Frisbee right now? River Falls takes the game and takes the series. 2 Falcon victories in one night.
Absolutely flawless. Regardless of the first 3 minutes of the game where MSOE scored 1 goal, River Falls takes it 5 goals in the last minute and 50 seconds.
Absolutely great play from the F1 team, and if you are Rocket Leagued out, that's an impossibility because we actually have Rocket League F2 yet again tomorrow against the University of Wisconsin-Milwaukee. So again, another Wisconsinite team. Can we take them down? Can we show up exactly like we did today? I think so. I know that you think so, but tune in tomorrow to find out.
We're showing a lot of prowess just in the state of Minnesota for these Rocket League teams, and we're excited to see more. We're excited to see it's a really great showing for the first 2 weeks. We're on week 2 of the season. There's so much more to come.
Absolutely. Well, thank you for joining us tonight. It has been a blast. Thank you so much, Gavin, for joining me on the broadcast.
Thanks for having me.
Everyone out